If you want to go viral on Instagram right now, you need to make sure that you're making posts at the right length, you need to make sure that you're using the right hashtags, and you need to make sure that you're going to implement the secret that I'm going to share with you towards the end of this video, because it is by far the most important thing if you want to go viral on Instagram right now. That being said, if you skip just one part of this video, it's going to be the reason that you don't end up going viral, but it's simple. If you implement the steps I'm about to share with you, you will go viral on Instagram in 2023. Step number one is making sure that you're using the right hashtags. In specific, there are 3 different strategies you need to be using and 4 mistakes that I need to make sure that you're not making, because I see so many small accounts on Instagram making them. But before we can dive into that, I need you to smash that subscribe button. If you want to grow quicker on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, I literally upload a video about how to grow on these platforms every single day. In addition to that, I created a free Instagram growth course that'll share with you things like the best time to be posting right now on Instagram, because unfortunately I'm not going to have time to cover that in this video, but it is incredibly important. So go to the link in the pinned comment below and get signed up for that right now. Also, here's my phone number. Please shoot me a text. I want to help you grow quicker on Instagram. Now, when it comes to the right hashtag strategies, there are 3 strategies you need to be implementing. The first one is 3 to 4 hashtags. The second is 6 to 8. And before I tell you the last one, I need to make sure that you're doing a few things right when it comes to your hashtags. First and foremost, you should have a list of 20 to 30 hashtags that you're going to be implementing, and you need to make sure that you're constantly exchanging these in and out. In addition to that, you need to make sure that it is large and medium-sized hashtags. You do not want to be using small hashtags. They see so many creators make their own hashtag or try to use small hashtags because they think if they can rank for one of the small hashtags, it's going to lead to people discovering their account. That's not how it works. The way that Instagram actually uses hashtags is they're going to look at the hashtag to determine who they should be pushing your content to. So if there's not a lot of data behind that hashtag, well then you guessed it, your video is not going to get pushed out, you're not going to get views, and ultimately you're not going to end up going viral. So the last hashtag strategy that you need to make sure that you're using is 9 to 10 hashtags. But you can't just be using those hashtag strategies, using medium and large hashtags, and you think it's all going to work out. There are 4 mistakes that I see so many creators make, but first, I want to share with you Mike's story. Mike signed up for my mentorship program after struggling to grow, and he's been able to gain over 125,000 followers on Instagram by changing the hashtag strategies that he's using. Before, he was making the 4 mistakes I'm about to share with you. 1, he was putting hashtags in his comments. 2, he was using irrelevant hashtags. 3, he kept using the same hashtags over and over and over again. And on top of that, he wouldn't change up his hashtag strategies. He would literally just put the same amount of hashtags every single time. And those are the 4 red flags that I see so many small accounts doing. So please, don't be like Mike used to be. Be like how Mike is now. He gets a ton of views, makes a lot of money from Instagram, and he's been able to gain over 125,000 followers in the last 3 months. But he's been able to do that not just because of only his hashtag strategy. He's also doing a few other things right that I need to share with you. And one of those things is making sure that your content is actually the right length. You need to understand something. When it comes to going viral on Instagram, short videos do this way better than anything else. In fact, the majority of videos that go viral on Instagram are less than 7 seconds long. And they're less than 7 seconds long because you're able to get a ton of watch time in that time. And if you're thinking right now, Rob, there's no way I could fit enough value that I put into my Instagram post in a 7-second post, you're totally wrong. Because so many accounts are doing it, and one of the easiest ways that they're doing it is they have a really good hook on the screen, and then they prompt you to go and read the description. Why do they do this? So that you could get a lot more information in the description. You can literally write 2 or 3 paragraphs in the description. People will go read that, so they get a lot of value from it. You could put it in a really good format. You could put emojis in there, make it really easy for people to see, and then guess what else happens? The watch time is looping the background. So now you got 100% watch time. Instagram's going to push your piece of content out. They're going to find other people that look like that person and push it to that, because if you don't understand how Instagram actually works, let me share that with you. But first, you need to make sure that you're uploading the shorter content. Not only that, but you also need to make sure that your content speaks to somebody. For example, Beer Time Billy literally joined the mentorship program, I don't know, 50 days ago, and he was able to go from 75 followers when he first got in. He's over 47,000 followers now. And how has he been able to do this? I mean, look at his account. He does an amazing job appealing to that middle American guy, blue collar people that just want to drink, people that go to work and want to come home and relax. He relates to them. Another thing that he does an absolutely amazing job at is putting a call to action in his content. And a lot of you small creators mess this up. You tell people to like, you tell people to comment, you tell people to share. Sharing is good, but likes and comments, they really don't mean anything. The only 3 things that you should be getting people to do on Instagram is 1, follow you. 2, share your content. 3, save your content. And those are in order of importance. First being follow, second being share, third being save, and you need to make sure that you're only asking for one call to action in each post. Because if you ask for more than that, you know what the result of that's going to be? It's going to be you not getting views. Now, when it comes to actually going viral on Instagram, this is how this works. Based off the information that you tell Instagram, the text that you put in your description, the text that you have on screen, what you actually have going on screen, the transcription of what you're saying in your videos, and the hashtags that you're using, Instagram is going to build an ideal audience for that. They're going to then show that content to that ideal audience. If they like that content, aka they follow you after watching the video, they share it, they save it, or most importantly, you get 100% watch time, well then guess what happens? Instagram then has a lookalike audience. So essentially, they say, hey, the person that liked this video was 17 years old, they're into cars, they're into fitness, they're into this, and they might be following this account. They're going to then take those things, extract that out across a large group of people, and begin to show your content to those people. If those people then like it, your content's going to continue to get pushed out until eventually you end up going viral on Instagram. Now this brings me to a very important step in actually going viral on Instagram, and then we're going to cover the most important thing that you need to make sure that you're doing, because if you're not doing this as a small account, it's going to be the reason that you are failing to grow on Instagram right now during the easiest time ever to grow on Instagram. It is easier right now to go viral on Instagram, to get views, to get followers than it ever has been before, and you need to make sure you're taking advantage of this because it is not going to last that much longer. That being said, that one question is whether or not your post will actually appeal to a broad group of people, because if it doesn't appeal to a broad group of people, well then guess what? You are not going to get the views, aka go viral, because there just aren't that many people that are actually interested in the piece of content. And I see so many people make this mistake. I'll give you a prime example. If this video that I'm creating right now does absolutely amazing, it'll get 100,000, 250,000 views. You want to know why? Because that is how big the actual Instagram audience is on YouTube, and it's not going to get much bigger than that. I know this because I've been studying for this for an incredibly long period of time. Now, if I made a video about how Mr. Beast got 1 million views on Instagram, well then I'd be able to hit that Instagram audience, and I'd be able to hit the Mr. Beast audience, so it could potentially get more views. You guys see where I'm going here. Now, although I'm talking about YouTube right now, the same thing applies to Instagram. One of the easiest things that you could implement into your content is 1, reposting other people's content, 2, creating memes with other people. For example, if you do a Donald Trump post, him saying something crazy, and you overlay some text onto that to make it contextual to your niche, for example, why I don't want to go to the gym, and then you have him saying something funny, that will then reach a much broader audience because of a few things. 1, there's controversy in there. 50% of people hate him. 50% of people like him. I have no view on this. I really don't care. But that being said, you will hit that audience. You will also hit the gym audience. You'll get people to share it. You'll get people to comment. You'll get people to save it. And more importantly, you're going to get a divisive reaction out of people. And if you're not doing that, then odds are you're not going to go viral. Your viral content has to be one of two things. It has to, 1, broadly appeal to a large group of people, or 2, it has to piss off 50, 60, 70% of people that actually see it, because you need to understand something. The people that are going to share your content more likely are going to be people that don't like your content or that it automatically relates to them. And if you're not going after a broad audience, then neither of those things are going to happen. Now, I know when I mentioned earlier that your videos should be 7 seconds or shorter if you want them to go viral, that a lot of you said, Rob, there's just no way I could do that. Well, if that's you, then you need to make sure that you do a few other things in your video. 1, you need to have a prop in your video, something that's going to reset the viewer's attention. Or you could edit in text. You could change your background, you could add a green screen, or you could be talking about an authority. You need to be implementing those things into your content in order to retain a viewer for a long enough period of time for Instagram to want to push out your content. Because remember, all Instagram cares about is keeping people on the app. If you're able to keep people on the app by increasing your watch time, they're going to push your content out to more people. That being said, if you want to get guaranteed followers on Instagram right now, you want me to look at your account, tell you what to post, when to post, what hashtags to use, and so much more, well then keep watching this video because I'm going to share with you exactly how we can make that happen. All of that being said, if you want guaranteed growth on Instagram in 2022 or just in the next 30 days, you need to get into my mentorship program where I guarantee that I can help you grow on Instagram. In fact, I'm going to tell you what to post, when to post, what hashtags to use to guarantee that you grow in the next 30 days. If you don't grow, I'm going to give you your money back, 0 questions asked. Now, there are limited spots for this because there are so many people that want to get into it, but I can only work with so many creators. So if you're interested, go to the link in the description. This is the same exact course that Tuvok 12 took to gain over 100,000 followers on Instagram. Av Moves took to gain over 1 million followers followers on Instagram, that Joe Magician took to gain over 500,000 followers on Instagram, and so many other creators. I'm telling you guys, the organic reach on Instagram is not going to last forever. If you want to take advantage of this, you want brands to pay you for your posts, you want to know what you should be posting, what hashtags to use, what time you should be posting, and again, guaranteed growth on Instagram. Nobody has ever offered this before. Nobody's ever going to be able to offer this, but I can offer this to you right now if you get into this very limited program. So please, if you're interested, sign up at the link in the description. If not, I strongly suggest you check out the next 2 videos I'm going to put up on the screen, because they're the videos that YouTube thinks you should watch next. Thank you so much for watching.